Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special draft day edition of Living Room Chats. I'm your host, Mr. P, alongside my co-host, the legend himself, Eli. Hey, it's been another great week in Google Classroom, okay? We're talking about the civil rights movement. We started off talking about the Plessy-Ferguson decision in 1898, and the Plessy-Ferguson decision determined that separate but equal is constitutional. Okay, fast forward that all the way to the 1950s, where we talked about Brown versus Board of Education that said separate but equal is unconstitutional. Okay, it struck down the Plessy-Ferguson decision and said that you cannot have separate accommodations for African Americans and whites. Okay, it is not constitutional. That's what kind of sparks the civil rights movement, which is what we are talking about now. Okay, we talked about the Montgomery bus boycott. Why didn't Miss Robinson write the letter to the mayor letting him know that 75% of the bus riders are African Americans? She is telling him that if African Americans boycott, okay, you're going to lose money, right? A big chunk of money comes from public transportation, and if 75% of the riders are African Americans, if they stop riding, you're going to lose money, okay? He didn't really take her seriously, so the next year with the Rosa Parks incident, when they actually did boycott, they lost money, which is why Montgomery is very quick to desegregate the public transportation system. Okay, that momentum carried over into the rest of the country. Eventually, all public transportation systems will get desegregated in the 1950s. Okay, that's going to give momentum to the movement itself, where people are going to fight to desegregate everything. Okay, the big thing is going to be schools. We're going to talk more about that next week. Colleges, we're going to talk about that. University of Mississippi, we're going to talk about that next week as well. Okay, so great stuff coming in. If you didn't notice, I didn't have any assignments due today. The reason why is because your research essay is due tomorrow. Okay, so I want to give you an extra day to do that. Okay, that is going to be a test grade. Please get that done. Okay, that is important, right? But other than that, you've been all been doing great. I've been getting a lot of good stuff in. I do appreciate that. Okay, if you didn't know, by now we are not having a fourth market period. The third market period is going to go all the way into June, right? So it's very important that you get that done. The third diagnostics of ExactPath is going to open up soon too. So if you haven't finished the second one, please finish the second one, okay, before the third one opens. Once we close the second one, we can't reopen it, okay? So you need to get that done as well, okay? Other than that, if you haven't figured this out already, obviously I'm rooting for the Giants. We need some good picks in the draft. I'm looking forward to a lineman. Eli wants them to trade up for Chase Young. Hey, that's a bold move, but to get somebody, go from the fourth pick to the second pick, pretty much have to give up the farm for that. And I don't know if the Giants are ready to do that. We're talking draft picks next year and everything like that. You know, we got Daniel Jones at the quarterback. We got Saquon Barkley in the backfield. I think we need some linemen, help them out. You know, get Daniel Jones some protection and get some holes open for Barkley. Okay. Hey, I like the Chase Young idea, Eli, but you know that's a lot to give up, and I don't know if we're ready to give up all that yet. Okay. All right, Eli, you got anything to add? No, he's dreaming of Giant Super Bowls. That's what he's dreaming of right now. So we're gonna let him be. All right, everybody. Hey, it's been another great week. I'll talk to you again later. Keep those essays coming. Keep that work coming. All right, out.